Hello, good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you may be. We're evening. We're even here with John and James, and as usual, we have some amazing things that we're planning to share with you, and always the element of surprise, which makes us...
I'm already surprised.
Well, it surprises me too, John. We really never know how things are going to unfold until they...
Oh, they're unfolding as we speak.
Yeah, but we folded them up and now we're unfolding them. So this is our Memorial Day week show, because Memorial Day arrives on Monday, the 27th of May, and we're at Thursday, the 23rd. And I want to share some things with you on that, and some teaching experiences. And we have two really mind-boggling musical selections.
Mind-boggling?
Well, after they hear it, and if they don't agree, then they'll call us and tell us, right? So
on the phone? They'll call us?
Either way.
How do they call us?
Spreaker.com. They can.
Oh, I thought you meant like on the phone. Hello? Hello?
We can arrange
Hello,
that.
is this Bill?
Yes. Yes, it's Bill. I think I got a call, John.
We gotta go. Wait, hang on.
Hold
Can
on.
you patch in on line number 3, James? We got a phone call. Bring, bring.
All right. Bing, bling, bling. That's what we want to bling. So anyway, I had some amazing things happening this weekend. John's going to share a few stuff, and James can chime in whenever he wants because he's at the controls.
You know, Bill, I hate to be a downer, but I just have to talk about the deplorable conditions in the studio.
Well, please don't go there.
It's so hot. It's so hot in Tampa. It's so hot in Tampa.
It's hot everywhere.
Oh my God! It's only May.
All right.
Can't you get your air condition fixed?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's going to be 96 degrees on Saturday.
Oh my God!
So be
it's
ready.
hot in here. Let's get this show over with. My goodness.
Well,
Be there in the studio. Hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, but you keep talking, we're going to be never finishing. All right. On Monday, May 27th, people are going to be celebrating Memorial Day. And I have my newsletter, Joe's Lifelong Legacy, and I concocted this poem for Memorial Day. And here it goes for our very dear people that are out there, have been out there, and maybe have given the ultimate sacrifice for us to keep this country strong and safe and free. Memorial Day can pave the way for us to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Fathers, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, friends, relatives, neighbors. Everyday man, everyday woman, you know who you are. So deserving of fervent hopes and prayers to live in a country where freedom is a reverent outpouring and needs to be memorialized on a regular basis, and on a regular basis shown some measure of appreciation in your deeds and words. Write on, remember the day, or we will be in memoriam. For those who have lost loved ones serving our country, our heartfelt loss and sympathy. And don't forget, freedom is not free. Will Less. That was my...
You know, I just got to thinking how lucky I am as I had a dad that went to World War II, survived. My uncles, my brothers, my dad's brothers both went to World War II, came back. And I had a brother who didn't go to Vietnam, but he was of drafting age, and he actually was in the National Guard, but could have been drafted and could have gone to Vietnam and did not. And so I can. That's lucky that I hadn't lost anybody close in war.
It is so, so special. We take for granted.
Yeah.
And I want to refer to our little Bible here, American Dreamer. A look into the life of my father, Joe Baby. And chapter 4, Marriage in the War, which includes his serving in the Army in World War II. But you could tell right off my dad had a special gift. And when he was there, he says, as this chapter unfolded, I was transformed from a newly married young man to a man transfixed on staying alive. A real eye-opener to the realities of war, the fighting, the killing, the brutality, and yes, even the human side. Yet during this time, I made the first real effort to get a handle on being a reporter. He knew he had a special responsibility. On what I saw, this is a reporter, I made the mental and visual notes to capture this horrific time in softer tones and wouldn't let it detract from the fact that I have a lovely wife waiting for me thousands of miles away. And he wrote about details, just as an example. On his way back, thank God he survived Germany and Belgium and France, and he wanted to let everybody know what the details were. After he received the Bronze Star, it's on page 67, John. I know you want to know what page.
Waiting for that.
Okay, buddy. And he has it. There's a picture of him actually from General Hodges and the Bronze Star medal presentation, May 19th, 1945. The dates, it just is amazing how. And on May 19th, Saturday, we had the presentation of the Bronze Star Medal. Very simple ceremony, but Army regulations, AR calls for some sort of presentation by the commanding officer, General Hodges. We finally left 20 Grand Camp on the 22nd, a rainy but not miserable day because rain or no rain, we were going towards home. And it took about 3 weeks, John. If you turn the page, it has a picture of their troop carrier heading home. And every day, whether he slept well or we had a rough time, his bunkmates, and Memorial Day, May 30th. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
May 30th, 1945. Wednesday, quiet day, had a head cold and spent most of the day in my bunk, feeling otherwise okay. Lost another hour today. And then the 31st, went out for a sunburn, well out on the deck. Trip seems as long as hell, but it's only 4 more days. And every day, June 1st, June 2nd, and then June 3rd. You want to read that, John? Can you read it? June 3rd entry.
Happy anniversary, honey. There's land. Finally made it. The whole deck was crowded with anxious, impatient fellows who want to get home. Then to Fort Dix and home by Wednesday. So long, sweetheart. Yours forever.
Pretty amazing.
Fort Dix is in New Jersey.
Yeah. And then there's a picture on page 71 of the fighting Cephacars. And I've mentioned this before. My dad's brother, Al, happened to be, unbeknownst to him and unbeknownst to my uncle, his brother, that he was on the MP at the arrival of the Queen Elizabeth at the Midtown Manhattan for debarkation. And my uncle, my father's brother, saw him there. And even though my dad was whisked away for, debarkation, debriefing and everything, he was able to at least allay the fears of our family, that he was definitely home.
Yeah.
Terrifying, just like what you would have gone through with your family.
Right.
Okay. So, in closing this little segue on Memorial Day, John's been waiting for this. Thank you, gentlemen. I have some quotes. Do we need to do that a little bit like that? Okay. And here's just a few things. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. I'm getting kicked by the seat of my pants here. Anyway, these guys, they take such good care of me. Okay.
Not good enough care.
No, I say more than enough. Okay. This is their remembrance be as lasting as the land they honored, Daniel Webster. Dwight David Eisenhower. What counts is not necessarily the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And who let those dogs out, James? We don't know them all, but we owe them all. That was an unknown. And another John F. Kennedy, my fellow Americans. Well, we know this. You want to finish this, John?
No.
My fellow Americans, ask
not what our country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
All right. And then Theodore Roosevelt on the Republican side will cover it all. Here he said, this country will not be a good place for any of us to live unless we make it a good place for all of us to live in. Wow.
Wow.
I wish they could say these things today. Huh?
Right.
And Maya Angelou. How important is it for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes? And she rose. That's cool. She was our heroes, H. Rose, and the she rose.
And she rose, yeah.
Okay, and I have on the blog post, Joe's Lifelong Legacy, I'll just show you a little bit of these things. On Spreaker, you cannot get the full impact, but I will read this. I put these things, they're very beautifully prepared and presented.
What are they?
All right. Maya Angelou, she gave that other one about the heroes and the sheroes. Mm-hmm. But listen to this, and how does this capture you? I have learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And this one, those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. And one last one. In loving memory, to those in our lives who could not celebrate with us today, we honor you with our hearts. Okay, that I think just touches the surface, right, John?
All right.
Okay. I had a very interesting week of teaching. Last week I was in.
Is it the last week of school?
Next week is the last week, and but last week I was teaching third grade, and I really got into it, and I showed them my my talent, America's Got Talent postcard. and the kids gravitated. They said, "Oh, you!" And then when I told them I had the podcast YouTube, they really got into it. And I played some songs. And what was so good was I said 2 days I was at the same school, same class. So the second day, they had some time at the end. So both classes, I was do part of the one in the morning, and then they switched in the afternoon. So I sang, on top of spaghetti, my standard, and and what happened was that I couldn't play it in the morning because they had the SAT tests and stuff, so I had to wait till in the afternoon. So after I did that, I hear this loud clapping from the other on the other side of the partition. So I said, well, that's great. How about everybody come over? I said, come on. So 2 other classes came over from the other side of the partition. I had 4 classes, and there weren't enough seats. Everybody was just... And I did my John Denver. And then this show has provided such an outreach, an outpouring. I had the words. I said, I'm not going to play this on the guitar because it just was too crazy. But it was... all I did was sang the first bars of this, and everybody... I said, okay, everybody, do you know the song? I said, da 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 da. And everybody, I said, sing your song, sing out loud, sing out strong. Doesn't matter if it's not good enough for anybody else to hear. You sing your song. And then we closed. That was how the class ended. And I had people that, the kids that said, this is amazing, John. They went on, they signed up on my YouTube, our YouTube channel. And they
Did
said,
you get more subscribers as a result? Yeah.
Yes. And they said, hi, I was, you were teaching at Bellamy Elementary School, and this one just just melted. He said, you know, Mr. Sefakar, you're the best substitute teacher we ever had.
Of course you are. You actually do something instead of just...
But listen to this. It was the qualifier that it says, you were fun and funny. And that was part, I mean, this is third grade.
Yeah.
Today we had second grade. I was teaching. Something happened today that really shook me up. In the afternoon, we had a lockdown. And all the children, this is second grade today I was teaching.
Yeah.
And they all had to line up against the wall. I had to make sure the door was locked. And I had another teacher that was helping me next door in her class. And I looked at these kids.
They were terrified, right?
Second grade.
Yeah.
What is happening? I mean, this was naturally had to go through this routine. When I was teaching at Pinellas,
But this was a drill.
it was a drill, but the lockdown. I went through a afternoon, 3 hours in Pinellas County last summer, on breaking in, and when you have an actual alert and someone is in the school, then you had to know. And they had a policemen that were actually training and teaching us what to do and prepare for this. I just don't know. I wish we have answers for
This
these
is the
kids.
world we live in.
I know. It's got to be better.
It should be, and hopefully it will be. But this is the world we live in right now.
I know.
And this is, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's better to be prepared than to not be prepared.
No question about it.
You know?
Well, we're going to be talking a little about Mother Earth, and that's always good. And maybe you can share something that we can do something good with our rock project, American Dreamer Rocks. All right, so let's go with that a little later on in the show. And our first selection is by Roberta Flack. She's a very talented woman. And I remember she was in Washington, D.C. I saw her when I lived in Washington. And Closer I Get to You was another song. And she had so many beautiful hits. But this one really, the first time I ever saw your face, that's a song. But this is a song that's very penetrating. It reaches down deep, okay? It's called Killing Me Softly.
Everybody knows this song. Well, not everybody. Everybody over 50 knows this song.
Yeah, this is a qualifier. Anybody between 50 and above. All right, but and I'm going to try to do a good job. I'm going to promise you guys. I'm going to really give it the best shot. But I hope it grabs you like it grabs me. Killing Me Softly. Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly. No. What are you guys doing? I'm in my own element.
Remember it was over there? Put it over there, Joel. So you can...
I can't.
Take two.
Yeah. Put it over
What
there.
you guys up?
What's the problem? Besides the mic.
But you're not talking to the mic.
Besides the mic not being where it is.
That's not the point.
Just let him do his thing.
Okay, take two. Hey, I like this. This is like real studio setting here. Strumming my pain with his finger, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. And so I came to see him, to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his song, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt as if he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept on strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. He sang as if he knew me in all my dark despair, and then he looked right through me as if I wasn't there. But he was there, a stranger, singing clear and strong, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Strumming my pain, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly. He was strumming my pain, yeah, he was in my life, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. With his song. Well, we alive or dead? We did I kill him? You think?
You were killing me softly with your song, Bill.
All right. Well, that was the theme of it. So anyway, well, it's really powerful stuff. And I hope they enjoyed it out there. And we have another one that's even. It's a hit of Rudy.
A hit of Rooney? Who is it by?
By Neil Diamond. And God, you tell me what songs you think it's going to be. I love it.
Could be a lot of songs. It's not Sweet Caroline. We did that one already.
We did that, and we did I Said. I'm going to do some more. I did Play Me was also another Neil Diamond. I just want to hold it. James and John, on our last show, when I did that tribute to my mother, that Paul McCartney was warm and beautiful, a love so warm and beautiful. So love, faith, and hope are what you never want to lose and give up. So I have my cup here. What does that say, John?
Love, peace, hope, faith.
Faith. So that's almost like that song, Warm and Beautiful, which is, you can drink this stuff, love, I'm drinking, and peace and hope. It's right here.
You know who Adam Carolla is?
No, tell me, please.
Adam Carolla is, well, he's a comedian, but he's got a very popular and famous podcast. And
What's the
he
name?
had a very funny bit about if John Lennon was alive.
Yeah.
But it was funny because he would have Paul talking to John and Paul talking to John about, telling him about technology, and he was telling him about who the president was, and it was just funny the way he explained it in the British accent. And anyway, I'm not going to try to recreate it, but
please,
it was
I don't want you to.
but it was funny. It was just it just made me think of that.
Well, and what do you think he would have? He would have come up with another version of
I can't do it. No. It had nothing to do with music. It was just like two British chaps talking, and one British chap hasn't been around since 1980, and the other guy is telling him what's going on. What's going on up there, Paul? Kind of thing.
Yeah, that would have been special. I bet
Yeah.
you can make a good trailer on that. With
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah. I'll let you hear it sometime.
All right, I'd like to. There was another one that James wants me to hear.
Oh, the Ron Burgundy podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have a day where we just all get together and listen
Just-
to podcasts and
and
steal their ideas.
critique the podcast.
Yeah.
You just told us that you got a book today or yesterday, and from one of the great interviewers.
Oh, I got the Howard Stern Comes Again.
Yes, he was
Book.
on television. He's been doing the interview route.
He hates podcasting.
Well,
Well, I mean, look, he this thing. I'm still under protest.
so it's going to be good. I'm going to share that with some of you people. But I wanted to bring you up to date because you had something maybe on the environment, and I'm going to mention that. But first, I'm going to say Dr. Korn. I talked to him, and remember I showed you the book of How to Save the Environment in the World, and he's going to be available. That was his 21st book, so he's had good practice on that. And I got good news. His wife is finishing up the chemotherapy, and he gave me a window of between June 6th and June 21st. So we need to, work on that with your schedules, guys, so we can set up, our broadcasts, all right? And we can
Okay.
coordinate, all right? Now, did you have any follow-up on your friend in San Diego?
Slightly, a little bit. We're corresponding on Facebook, but he's waiting for us to paint some rocks and send them to him.
Beautiful.
Dave's Rock Garden is in Encinitas, California. I touched on it a little bit last week, And he's had this rock garden here. I want to say for about 4 years, and it was an empty lot that he took upon himself to beautify, and he raked it and put his own plants on. It was a city.
To impart on this is the second selection, and it's another Neil Diamond, as we were saying. And I said, I always liked it, the beat, and the music, the words, and it has to do with dreams. It has to do with songs, and it's from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, who's done so many. The Song of Hiawatha, that was attributed to him, and all these beautiful quotes and everything. So I have a bunch of them, and I just want to share. So the Longfellow Serenade is Neil Diamond's tribute as part of the prose and poetry, and Neil Diamond.
Not Neil Simon.
Neil Diamond also compliments all the beautiful verses and everything that we've come to know and love. But here's this one, John, and I'm sitting right across from you. And this was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. A conversation across the table with a wise man is better than 10 years of mere study of books.
That's right.
All right, so I'm benefiting from sitting across the table from.
Well, you still haven't learned to speak into your microphone from a wise man.
No, you're the wise man. I'm telling you. I'm sitting across from the wise man, and there was some really neato stuffo, and so I just thought it was very appropriate that.
It kind of brings me back when I've been on other shows before doing podcasts.
Uh-huh.
And when I was a rookie podcaster, I used to do the same thing. They'd be like, John, speak to the mic. Speaking to the mic, John. Okay. They'd like embarrass me into it.
I have such energy.
So
all over.
They did it so many times until finally I learned to speak into the mic because they embarrassed me into learning how to do it.
Thank you, John.
So do I have to do that?
John embarrassed me right now. And
speaking to the mic.
Okay, so this is another Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Perseverance is a great element of success. If you only knock long enough and loud enough at the gate, you're sure to wake somebody up.
I like it.
Okay. All right. So I just really heard the song. And since I made only words to trade, you know I was born for a night like this. Warmed by a stolen kiss, for I was lonely, and she was lonely. Ride, come on, baby, ride. Let me make your dreams come true. I'll sing my song. Let me sing my song. Let me make it warm for you. I'll weave this web of rhyme upon this summer night. We'll learn this world leave time on his winged flight. Then come as we lay beside the sleepy glade. There I'll sing for you my Longfellow Serenade. Longfellow Serenade. Such were the plans I made. But she was a lady as deep as the river, and through the night we stayed, and in my way I loved her as none before. Loved her with words and more, for she was lonely, and I was lonely. Ride, come on baby, ride. Let me make your dreams come true. I'll sing my song. Let me sing my song. Let me make it warm for you. I'll weave this web of time upon the summer night. will leave this worldly time on his winged flight. Then coming as we lay beside the sleepy glade, there I'll sing for you my Longfellow Serenade. Ride, come on baby, ride. Let me make your dreams come true. I'll sing my song. Let me sing my song. Let me sing my song for you. I'll weave this web of rhyme upon this summer night. We'll leave this worldly time on his winged flight. Then coming as we lay upon this sleepy glade, there I'll sing for you my Longfellow Serenade. My Longfellow Serenade. You remember that song, John? You're trying to forget. It's interesting the way he weaves that and stuff going on there, right?
What exactly is the song about? Tell me.
It's about a special woman that he came across.
That I got.
And he had a dream. He had he happened to be at the right place at the wrong time or whatever, or the wrong place at the right time. And
But where does the Longfellow come in?
Well, it's the prose. Because Neil Diamond weaves these beautiful images and pictures and feelings. You remember I sang Holly Holy, and that was a bridge between the Sancrescent and the earthly tones, because, Holly Holy Love, talk to a man who can't walk upright, and the man learns to fly,
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And he said, and he says, and I dream of her, and she comes.
Yeah, but I don't get the random title. I don't get where the poet. I don't get. Is he intertwining the poet into it?
Yes.
Is there poetry involved? It's
of course, yeah. It says, come as we lay beside the sleepy glade, and I'll sing to you my Longfellow.
He's
serenading.
He's serenading her like a poet.
Yes,
I get it. Okay,
and hopefully it worked.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We'll tune in next week. I'll find out. All right. We'll do our research, John. You are our research department.
Yeah, I'll talk to Neil.
He's on tour
got
again.
Connections. He's not still on tour, is he?
He started and stopped, and he's doing strange. He had a couple of medical issues.
Yeah, I think he's about done.
No, don't say.
Well, no, it's his farewell tour. It's his farewell tour.
They all come back again.
He's not coming back. He's done.
Okay. Well,
he's like 74. Give the guy a break. He wants.
You
wants to retire.
You remember Cher? How many visits? I'm coming back after the last one.
I don't know. I think she needs to retire too. No, I mean there's certain artists that come back, but no, I think
I saw it.
What is the name of the tour, John?
His farewell tour.
I don't know if it's called the farewell tour. Is it? You think it's called the farewell tour?
You can check it. You can
check that. Check the research on that.
Okay.
Well, like Bob Seger, farewell.
Yeah,
that's his farewell tour. The Who, the Who. I saw the Who's farewell tour in 1989. What does that tell you? They're still touring.
Yes. So we are going to
end the show.
Not
no.
Really. You know, I never end on.
It's hot in here. I want to go home.
I'm going to bring some ice cubes. I'm going to spray it on you with a little fan, And,
I tried that last week. It didn't work.
Okay. All right. This book, Be a Miracle, and Regina Brett is the author. 50 Lessons for Making the Impossible Possible. And there's really a lot of stuff to glean from this. And and it has to do with what we're doing and what I've been doing. Legacy. I'm just gonna give you a sampling. Some of these things, and they have these lessons. They're 50 lessons. Here's one: be a good monk. Make your life a prayer. And when you have nothing but faith, you have enough. Get in the game. Oh, this one I like because it has a little tennis inference. God does not always call the strong. Sometimes you have to be weak enough to serve.
Okay.
But that's not the tennis serve, but you know.
Right. Got it.
Pray like you mean it. Arrive early. You know, I need to learn it. I spent a whole life arriving late, and I think that would be.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bill.
And dream big, yeah. If you want to see a miracle, be a miracle. Everyone matters to somebody. There's some really wonderful thoughts ahead. Give birth to yourself every day. Some heavy stuff, too. And I didn't even get past 30. I would recommend this. Be a miracle. And we cover all faiths and all things. This was one of the crypto quotes from Lao Tzu. He's one of the Asian Oriental. And it says, if you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. And I think we have a lot to be thankful for.
Hey, we had a lot of fun yesterday.
Thank you for not letting this go by the boards.
We went to the Rays game yesterday. We went to see the Rays and Dodgers, a nice interleague game. Me and Bill wore our Rays jerseys. James wore his Dodger jersey.
But it wasn't just a Dodgers jersey.
Well,
it was official. It had the insignia of the World Series.
Yeah, the World
on.
Series. You got James went to the World Series a couple years. He's a Dodger fan.
But not just one. He's basically one Dodger. Justin Taylor, number 10.
Justin Turner.
Turner. That's why I'm not a Dodger.
Let me tell the story.
You got it.
Let me tell the
You're
story.
online.
Okay,
You're on.
Yeah, let me tell. Okay, James probably doesn't want anybody to know this, but
He's a good man.
okay. So a couple years ago, James let himself go. He let his hair grow long. James isn't a baseball fan. Okay, he let his hair grow long. He's got red.
There was a reason for that.
He grew his beard long. He grew his hair long. And someone said, "Hey, you look like this guy Justin Turner on the Dodgers." And James just went with it. He went and bought a jersey.
He went
a Dodger
overboard.
hat. Moved to L.A.
He went to the world. He was
the
in
rest is history.
Well, we had pictures, and maybe we'll do a little montage. We can work.
Yeah.
But he went to the Dodgers fan store.
He went to the World Series.
I know,
he
but
got into the World Series just by looking like Justin Turner. It was phenomenal. Well, James doesn't look like Justin Turner anymore. He was just a regular guy with short hair.
But the point was,
he still had the jersey.
It was so authentic that when he went into the sports fan store for the Dodgers, people were coming up to him, and they wanted a picture with him. They thought he was the real McCoy.
Oh yeah, what? Not last night though.
No, this was in
he was
LA.
incognito last night. Yeah. But I wasn't going to go there. I was just going to say how much fun we had in the Rays won, and I wasn't going to go down that path. But
here's a picture of.
You had to go there.
Okay, tell him, John, on Spreaker.
What?
What's going on here? We got
There's a picture of us at the game.
The triumvirate here.
Yeah.
We took the night off because we knew we would have to be loose as a goose for this show.
Yeah.
And it did work.
Yeah.
I think we were too loosey and too goosey. So what we're going to do is we're going to be back in 2 weeks, and we're going to have some special things. When you have that extra week, you can really foment.
Ferment? You mean that I think that kind of means get stale.
No, it means we're gonna get we're gonna foment.
We're gonna get drunk next time?
No. Although James,
that's actually a good idea.
James wanted us to try some of that concoction that I have in the refrigerator.
Right.
But anyway, we are gonna have a chance to show our appreciation on Memorial Day. Everybody, please, if you have a loved one that's in the armed forces, or neighbors or friends, please share our appreciation, and we'll do the same thing. And I'm going to go to they have special services for Memorial Day for the veterans. So anyway, do your dream, keep it handy, share it. We are going to have some more good things to share with you, and if you have a chance to let us know what your dreams are, and we're ready to go into June, summer. Okay, summer. I have a song about summer. You'll have to tune in next month. Okay, adios, amigos. Love you.